All right, I'm ready to summon the BAKUDEku shippers. All right, here we go. You guys are here yet? Okay, bet. So I'm going to talk about BAKUDEku and why I don't ship it. All right, so in my opinion, right, I think Deku and Bakugo are just brothers. They've known each other since childhood, right? And I know you guys can be like, oh, but there's so many scenes where, like, you know, they show that they care for each other. Like the scene where Bakugo freaking dove in there and saved Deku from getting hit by Shikaraki's freaking spikes or whatever. Well, to be fair, Bakugo didn't want to lose his rival. That's one thing. And second, he didn't want Deku dying on him because he still wanted to get stronger and he wanted to prove that he could catch up to him. This is like a day one thing since like when they met. Like Bakugo always had admiration for Deku, right? But he was always jealous of him because he always felt like he was behind, and that's why they're rivals in the first place. So yeah, but and later on in the series, you know, they went from being friends to rivals to acquaintances, and now and by the end of the series, they're friends again. But it's because Bakugo's character development came mainly from Kirishima, and if you read the manga, you know, it literally says Kirishima is like the soup to Bakugo's soul, which is funny, you know, but it's true. Like Kirishima helped this man out throughout like all the anime. It's just like they don't depict it that much. They don't show it because, you know, in the end, Horikoshi is focused on Deku and like what's going on around him, and he doesn't have the time to show what's going on. But he would leave like little side notes in the manga. And honestly, like I just don't see it. Like you can use like the scene where like, oh yeah, Bakugo finds Deku, right? He finds Deku and he alerts everyone. But like let's be fair, I'm gonna put it in a real life context, right? If you see one of your friends, right, and that's been missing for God knows how long, and you find them, are you not gonna look at them like, holy shit, you're here? Like, you know, I feel like anyone would react that way. But that's just like my opinion. And you know, I'm nothing against the ship. I just don't see where it came from. Also, spoilers for like the manga if you guys haven't finished like reading it. By the end of the manga, Bakugo literally encourages Deku to go talk to Uraraka more. That way they can like kind of spark more of just being friends. It is like, it's not confirmed, but it is implied that they both like each other by the end of the series, and that they're definitely going to explore a deeper connection. But you know, in the end, Horikoshi isn't focused on romance. That wasn't the point of My Hero. The whole point of My Hero is like heroism. Like it was never about the romance. There are some canon couples though. Like I saw the Mushroom Girl and like the Shadow Guy from Class B are together. And like you guys can also say like, oh, but Bakugo like shows that he cares about Deku a lot, right? But at the same time, like Bakugo shows care through different depictions. Like his care is by sacrificing his life to save people, or like getting into fights, and it shows because in the Deku vs Kakushima fight, like he fought Deku, and then he admitted to feeling bad about him causing All Might to like use all of his quirk, and he knew that there was something up with All Might, and he felt so bad about it. And he's like, I just want to feel strong. I don't want to be weak, because he's insecure, and he is open to Deku because he's known him for a long time, you know. So he's gonna obviously say it to him, but that doesn't necessarily mean like it's in a romantic context. Like no. It's not. It really isn't. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, y'all can ship it. Like, I know that's not going to change y'all's opinion, but I'm just giving out my opinion. And this, at the end of the day, this isn't to change anybody's opinion on the ship. Also, I'll use the other, like, context of, like, okay, Bakugo showed care of, like, wanting to show that Uraraka is strong when he fought her in the, like, battles that they had in, like, the first couple seasons. And he was like, nah, I'm going to go all out. I'm just going to go all out on Uraraka because I want her to be strong. I want her to use all her power. And he wants that. That's why when, like, he was fighting Icy Hot, he's like, why aren't you going all out on me? Why are you holding back? And he got really pissed off because of that. Because, you know, he wants to show he's strong. And that brings back to the insecure thing, you know? But he also does this with All Might in the most recent episode. He saves him. He sacrifices his life to save All Might because he cares about All Might. He always looked up to him. And now, like, you know, you can see kind of like his different levels of care. And it's not just to Deku, it's to other people too. He just, like I said, he just depicts it differently.